Hi everyone, my name is Angela from Angela Stitches and welcome back to my channel. So my plan was to start the last section that came out for the Mystery Cell by Linen and Threads, but I just kept on working on this again because this is going really well. I didn't want it to disturb that just because I made plans to stitch other things. So I just kept on working on the background and also around Jack's face. So this is where it's kind of confetti heavy. So I can't really tell you exactly where I stitched, but somewhere around his nose and eyes, and I think I want to work on finishing this section. I have a little piece of the chart here, and I just wrote the keys and the DMC and pulled those out and stitched all of that in that section of the chart. So I'm going to do the same with the other colors and try to get that sliver that I cut out of the chart done. And then I finished my mistletoe, but I actually made some clips of it last night, so I'll insert those here. So I'm just taking a break from Simply Meant to Be and working on mistletoe. So I finished all of the cross stitches on her hair, and then also I just finished all of the back stitching as well on the fan and also on her face. And I think that turned out really good because sometimes backstitching faces could be a hit or miss. So now I'm about to, well, I was gonna do the roses here first, but I think I'll do the beading first since I feel like it's going to overlap with some of the roses. And I want to make sure I have the beads behind or underneath the roses and the French knots. And it calls for these ribbons for the French knots, and I've never done those before with Krennic ribbons, so I think that'll be interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna start beading first, and then if I have anything else to say, I'll come back later and check in. So I just finished one of these roses, and I'm not sure what this is called, but it's super easy and actually a lot of fun to make them. But basically you make 5 backstitching lines like a star, and then you basically go under and over and under and over each backstitch lines in concentric circles. So super easy. And here I have another backstitch star. I don't know if you could see that, but so starting from the middle, I have my needle here. I just go under one time and go over the other bar of the backstitch lines and just repeat that all around until you can't see the backstitch lines. So I need to do a couple more of those. How well I explained how to make the roses, but there's a tons of videos on YouTube on how to do those, but let me know if you have any questions about those. But with this, I still need to stitch her wings, and it's just all back stitching, so I'm going to work on that sometime today along with my mystery cell. And I think I might start with this motif that looks like a giant snowflake. So I'm going to start this today as well because I really want to get this done as soon as possible so that I could work on other things. But this is really exciting just because I worked on this all this year. And it was a really fun project, and getting this close to finishing this, it kind of feels like when I finished my Wonderland project, just because of the size of it. So I'm going to start this today, and one more thing that I'm going to do today, I know it's a lot of plans, but I want to at least start organizing one of these so that I could start one tomorrow. And I think because I really like raccoons, I think I have to start with this. This is the Blue Ridge Santa. So I'm just going to organize the floss and the beads that are inside the kit. So yeah, I'm really happy with all of the things that I'm working on right now and the progress that I've made. And I think I'll work on her wings as well tonight, which I forgot to mention, I think, and try to finish this tonight. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and if I have the time to, I'll try to even cut out the wings. So it's later in the afternoon and I haven't worked on anything yet, but I think I want to start by kitting this up because there's a lot of sorting to do with this. And let me just open this up real quick. So there's 2 bags of beads with a stitching needle and a beading needle, and it gives you the number and the color in the chart, and you can pretty easily distinguish which one's which. So here, let's see. So there's 10 different colors of beads. I feel like that's a lot for such a small project, but you can see that they marked 5 of them with a star, so you know that's one of the packs. So you can tell which is which by just looking at the color description and with the words like petite or frosted or opaque along with the colors. And it also came with brown perforated paper. I'm assuming this is 14 count, and it usually is. And then also the floss. This too, same with the beads, they give you like the colors but also the DMC number so you can match it up that way, or it gives you how many strands there is so that you can distinguish them that way as well. So I'm going to start by sorting the beads, and to make it easier for me later, I think I'll use one of these boxes. So these are some beads and jump rings that I use, but I think I want to use this box for the beads. So I'm just going to empty this one and use it for my Mill Hill Saints from now on. Organizing my floss, and I just want to correct something. So I thought this chart told you the number of strands that was in that thing of floss in the beginning, but it's actually how many strands to use when you stitch. So this doesn't tell you how many of the colors that are included, but the colors were pretty easy to tell apart, so I didn't have any trouble with it. But there are some kits that are extremely difficult to sort out just because the colors are so similar, so you need the numbers of strands to sort them out, but this was pretty simple to do. So I did that, and I also finished the beads and wrote all of the numbers on the back. So I think I have everything ready to start this project. I guess I'll talk about this one first. So with this, again, I just continued with the background here, and then a little bit around his nose. Lots of confetti there, but still super fun. And then, yeah, that's all I did. Oh, just pretend you didn't see that. But yeah, nothing else to say about this, just that I'm still going to work on this until I get bored with it. And then if I could grab it, I didn't work on this. I just need to do her wings, and it's really simple with just some back stitching, but I keep pushing it back. But today I will. So yeah, it looks really simple, but I don't know why I'm just keep pushing it back. But I did start my mystery cell, and I have it in my biggest Q-snap here, but I started with this one at the edge, and I realized that it didn't match up to this side. I think I'm missing like 2 rows, or I'm up 2 rows here. So I checked everywhere else, and I couldn't see where, like, everything seems to be at the right place, but somehow this isn't the same height. So I don't know. So I'm gonna have to fix that. So instead of taking out stitches, because that's way too much work, I'm just going to add a couple of rows that I'm missing on top of this side so that it'll match up. because that's much easier to do. So that's an easy fix, I think. But yeah, I was really confused why that didn't match up. But yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna continue with this motif and try to finish it tonight. And then I'm going to start my, well, let me move this out of the way. Oh, again. Ugh. Anyways, so I kitted this up last night, so I'm going to start my first Santa. And this is the Blue Ridge Santa, one of the Appalachian Santas. And usually I like to start from the edge, like the bottom, or from the top. So I'm gonna do that instead of starting it from the middle. So I think with this, I'll start from the top and work my way down. And I'm really intrigued by this project because all of the beads there are in this project, because there's 10 different colors and this is a really tiny piece. So I feel like this one's gonna be super shiny looking with all of the different colors beads. But I'm going to do all of the cross stitches first and then do the beading at the end. So yeah, I'm going to start this tonight and I'm hoping to get this done in a couple of days. So I thought I would talk about some of the questions that I got about Brooke's books, and right now here I'm stitching my mystery cell part 12, so you can watch my progress on that while I answer some of the questions. So there are some overlapping questions and I've already answered them in my other stitching vlogs, so I'll try to link those below in the description box if I can find which videos those are. But the most common question that I get about Brooke's books is, where do you buy Brooke's books charts? So Brooke's books has an Etsy store. She also has a website, but I think she mainly sells her charts through Etsy, and that's where I get them too. I used to get the physical charts where she mails you the printed charts, but she also has them as a PDF chart that you can just download right away on your laptop. But not all charts are in PDF chart format, I don't think. But she has like categories on her Etsy shop, so you can just click whatever format that you're looking for. But and also, this is not a Brooks Books question, but I get this question once in a while when someone buys my PDF charts in my Etsy shop. But when you purchase a downloadable PDF chart, I don't personally email the chart to you. It's already available in your purchase list. So on Etsy, you go to your purchases and reviews page, and you'll see that your file is already there, ready to be downloaded. And the shop owner can see that you downloaded it or not. So yeah, don't try to download it and then ask for a refund, because the shop owner can see it. So yeah, I got a little sidetracked there, but her Etsy shop is where I get them, or her charts. So I'll leave the link to her Etsy shop and also her website, because her website is where I get all of her freebies. And she has a lot of freebies that are really cute, and I think it's super generous of her to have those for free. I've done so many of her freebies and I really love all of them. And she also has a Facebook page, but I don't do Facebook, so I don't follow her on Facebook. But I have some really kind people who are my subscribers on my YouTube channel here, and they email me sometimes if there's an announcement that I might be interested in, which I'm super grateful for. So you can also follow Brooke's Books there. And then the next most common question that I get, so it's about memory threads. So where do you buy them and what can you use to replace them, like an alternative? So I answered this question too before in my other videos, but memory threads are discontinued by DMC, so unless you get them when it comes up on eBay or sometimes on Etsy, um, it's it's really hard to find them anymore. I got mine right when I heard that they were going to discontinue them, so I stocked up. But Brooks Books also talked about this in her Facebook page. One of my subscribers emailed me about it, and she actually talked about a replacement or alternative, which I'll have the link to it in the description box. And it's very similar to Memory Threads, it looks like. I've never tried it before, but it's by Krennic. And I think it's called Krennic Braid, I think. But I've never used it before, so I can't really say anything about it, but it looks promising. So you can check that out. I actually want to try it out, but I haven't yet. And then, how many strands do you use to stitch on perforated paper? So I use 3 strands on perforated paper with DMC because I like the coverage, and I think that's what it's calls for on perforated paper projects usually, like Mill Hill kits, but I think you can get away with 2 strands. But personally, I just like the full coverage look of 3 strands. But I do run out of DMC a lot faster, so yeah, working on a lot of perforated paper projects really used up a lot of DMC for me. But with Krennic, because of the same reason, I only use 1 strand because I don't think I could afford Krennic running out like that. And I'm fine with the coverage with Krennic with 1 strand. I've never felt like the project looked weird or I could look through the paper because of the coverage was so bad. So I just use 1 strand of number 4s or number 8 braids. And then next question. Where do you get your perforated paper? I get mine from 123 Stitch or sometimes at a store here in Korea, but I usually get mine from 123 Stitch because they carry more colors. But I know you can get them from Amazon, and I think I haven't been to Michael's or Joann's because I'm not in the States anymore, but I think I saw it there too. I think in the cross-stitching section where they have the DMCs and the hoops and things. But I'm not 100% sure. I don't think they have all of the colors. I think I saw like 1 color of perforated paper packs. But yeah, I usually get all of my materials from 123 Stitch because they usually have everything that I need. So, and about Brooke's Books kits. So to be honest, I didn't know she had kits for her project, so I can't really say anything about that. So I don't know if it's efficient to purchase the kits or not. But I would say if you're going to do a lot of her designs, I would just get the charts and get your own materials because I noticed that she uses a lot of the same materials for her projects. And I don't know if she has kits for the angels that I'm working on right now, but for example, like her angels, they all look very different, but sometimes she uses the same color beads or the same Krennics. So I don't know how her kits are kitted up, like how much beads they are and how much floss and paper and all of that. But if you're going to get a lot of her designs and projects, I think getting your own materials would be more cost effective because you can use the same pack of beads for several different projects. You can use the same color perforated paper for several different projects. Same with Krennic. So yeah, but I would say if you're only going to do like 1 project of hers and you don't want a lot of leftovers that you know you'll never use, I would say the kits would be more cost effective. But again, I've never purchased her kits before, so yeah, I didn't know about it until I got this question. So I can't really say for sure, but those are my thoughts on that. So for me, because I stitch a lot of her designs, I would just get the charts instead of the kit. But well, unless there's something special in the kit just for that particular design, if it's something that I can't replace, like a specially made charm or like floss just for that project, I think I will get the kit. But other than that, for me, I'm just gonna get the chart. So yeah, I think that's all of the questions about Brooke's Books. But feel free to ask more questions if you have any, and I'll answer them again in my next video. So I think I'll end this video here and start a new one tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.